Hmm. Hi, Octopus. Thanks for joining. First comment. Yeah, correct. You're the first comment. You are early. Hi, Karinda. Thanks for joining. Okay, we'll just wait 1 or 2 more minutes, okay, for more people to join in. Hello, Supernova. User, yes, this is for P5 and P6. So we'll be doing P5 first for the first 1 hour. Sham, is that booklet? There's no booklet. We don't have booklet. Yeah. You meant Kahoot, is it? Kahoot have for P6 later. Octopus can switch to Bluebird or not? Eh, I don't think so. I think we will still be doing Kahoot. P6 will be at 7 o'clock. Right. So shall we begin? So let's look at our MCQ first. The solid below is made up of some identical 1 cm cubes. So you are asked to find the volume of this solid. So take a look and then let me know your answers. Okay, so maybe another 15 more seconds. Please send in your answers. So Wong's, Octopus, and Sham, you guys have the same answer, right? Yeah. Anyone else wants to participate? Okay. Wong's, you send me the working some more. Thank you. Hi, Asher. All right, so let's go through this. So I'm going to count this layer by layer. So starting with the top layer, there is only one cube. And then your middle layer, there should be two cubes. And finally, the bottom layer, there should be 7 cubes. Okay, so like what Wong said, you can take 7 plus 2 plus 1 to get the total number of cubes, which is 10. Okay, so each of this cube has a volume of 1 cm cube. So therefore, if there are 10 of them, it's going to be 10 cm cube. So that will be option 2, which all of you got correct. Okay, so seems like there's a spammer in our chat. TikTok live report, what is that? That's the fake notification. Ayo. Okay, I'm gonna mute this account. Yeah. Okay, so it's a fake notification, right? Yes, hi Asher. Okay, so this is the second question. You guys can try it. The figure below is made up of two squares of sides 5 cm and 3 cm. So find the shaded area. Let me know your answers. This one can solve in one step, okay? So it's not exactly difficult. Asher, your answer is not in the options, Asher. Oh, okay. Asher, your answer is option 3, is it? I think you gotta try again. Yeah, okay, try again. Anyone else? Okay, Wong's noted your answer. Okay, Xiu Chin noted your answer as well. Okay, Asher, you change your answer, right? Octopus, okay, can. Anyone else? Last 10 seconds. Okay, so seems like no more answers. Let's go through this. So your shaded area is actually a triangle, isn't it? Yeah. So this question is testing you on area of a triangle, which you should know the formula for. Okay, so Wong said that you can use the formula half times base times height. So yeah, that is correct. Half times base times height for area of a triangle. Yeah, so if you look at this triangle, what is the base and what is the height? Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think the base and the height is? Mm-hmm. Okay. So Wong said that the base is 3 and the height is 5. Let's see whether it's correct. So this should be the base of your triangle, which is 3 cm. That's correct. So how do you get the height? You need to extend the base towards the left until you see that a right angle is formed. And then you can go vertically upwards. And then that is your height. So yeah, that's right. The height is 5 cm. Okay, so Wong's is correct. Base and the height should be 3 and 5 respectively. So you put it into the formula half times 3 times 5. This one you end up you have a decimal, okay? This would be 7.5 as your answer. So it's number 1. Yeah, so good job everybody. You guys got correct. Everybody got correct. 7.5 is the answer. We have a question. How to solve the what's that? Fermat point of triangle. I don't know what your question is, but you're not supposed to know that in primary school level. I think he's trying to say format. Is it octopus? Math Olympiad. Ah, okay. We are not covering Math Olympiad questions. Yeah. Wong's, your comment is very funny. Okay, so let's move on. Next question. I'm going to scroll, okay? Next one, we have a question on the topic of rate. So, last Monday, Mr. Arman parked his car in a car park from 11:45 a.m. to 2:05 p.m. The parking charges are as shown in this table. Okay, so how much did he pay for the parking? Yeah, so please try this question and then let me know your answers. Okay, so again, I'm gonna write here for you. The topic for this one is rate. You may need to draw a timeline, okay? Unless you can do mental calculation for the timing. So otherwise, you can draw a timeline for this. You guys are solving the question, right? I'm waiting for your answers in the chat. Okay, so while waiting for you guys, I'm gonna just draw my timeline first. Huh? Those of you who have the worksheet, you can do the workings on your worksheet. Okay, our first answer, let's see. Xiu Chin says it's number 2. Okay, anybody else? Who else has already solved the question as well? Uh-huh, Octopus, you have the same answer. Anyone else? Okay, Asher, QS Tan, same answer. Wong's, your answer is option 2. Okay, can. Octopus, you're doing the worksheet on the spot, is it? The questions on the spot? That's okay, that's fine. Right, let's go through this. Okay, so according to this table, for the first 1 hour, he needs to pay $3. So I'm going to draw a 1 hour in the timeline first. So 1 hour later, that's going to be 12:45 p.m. Okay, then after that, from 12:45 p.m. to 2:05 p.m., that is another 1 hour, 20 minutes. So this 1 hour, 20 minutes, he needs to pay the subsequent half an hour or part thereof. Okay, which is 120 each. So for 1 hour, 20 minutes, he needs to pay 3 of that. Okay, so he needs to pay 3 of the half an hour or part thereof. Yes, octopus 3 times is correct. So now we can do our calculation. For the first 1 hour, you know it's $3. And then you're gonna add the subsequent half an hours. Okay, so you know that the subsequent half an hours, there's 3 of it. So that is gonna be 3 times 120. And then you can just calculate this whole equation. That's how you get $6.60, which all of you got correct. So excellent work. This is number 2. Okay, so Wong's asked, why is parking so expensive? Yeah, that's right. Parking in Singapore is very expensive because we have limited land space, right? Because Singapore is very small, so we don't have enough land. So parking is gonna be expensive. Not like you guys drive, okay? You're too young to drive, so maybe next time when you start driving, then you will know how expensive it is. Yeah, octopus is for 2 hours 20 minutes only, and then it's like $6 plus. Only for her is PSLE hard. Well, that depends. That depends. Some years is harder than the rest. Yeah, so it's not like every year the difficulty is the same. It depends. Okay, so let's look at the next one. The next one says that Lena bought some goldfish. She gave away 11 of them. Her neighbor gave her the same number of goldfish as the number of goldfish she had left. She put all the goldfish equally into 8 bowls, and each bowl has 13 goldfish. So, how many goldfish did she buy? So, this question is asking you for the goldfish that she has at first. Because at first she bought the goldfish, okay? So they're asking you for at first. Oh, okay. So Wong's I already scrolled it down a bit. Yeah. Yes, there is Kahoot later on. So please try this question and let me know your answers. Yes, we are currently doing P5 math. Supernova, this life is 2 hours. Yeah. Okay, actually, you're saying that the audio is distorted, is it? The rest of you, how do you guys find the audio? Is it okay? Only on PC. Only on PC means when you use PC, is it? Oh, you switch to PC. Okay, then actually maybe you watch on mobile instead. Yeah. Oh my gosh, why there was a sticker on my head. Do you guys see that? That was so random. Okay. Only for her, how long this live already? We started since 6 o'clock. Yeah. Octopus, you can try doing the question on the spot. You guys are solving the question, right? I haven't seen any of your answers yet. You do need to use a specific concept for this question. So if you guys know what concept it is, you can let me know in the chat. Later we will talk about it. Yes, Asher. What's up? Why are you spamming me? Okay. So I mean, if you don't have you can't watch it on a phone, then no choice. No choice. You have to use PC. Yeah. Okay. I mean, just for this week, right? Okay. Yeah. QS can and I love chips. Noted your answer. The rest of you, what are your answers? Wongs? No, you're not muted. I can see your comments. Okay, SG576 noted your answers. Okay, so far none of you answer me what's the concept, so I'm just gonna write it down for you. This is working backwards. Yeah, you have to work backwards for this question. Okay, only for her, you don't have to copy the question because the worksheet is available in our TikTok live bio. Okay, so just go to our TikTok live bio and you click on the link and then it will uh you can access the worksheet there. Yeah. Oh, okay, Wong's, that's one way to think of it. Yes, her neighbor gave her a lot of goldfish. That's right. Okay, so I'm gonna go through the question. Yeah. We're going to use working backwards, which means that we're going to start from the very last sentence. Okay, so the last sentence said that she has 8 bowls and each bowl contains 13 goldfish. So you can use 8 times 13 to get 104 goldfish in the end. So in the end, she has 104 goldfish. Now we're going to move to the previous sentence. So the previous sentence said that her neighbor gave her the same number of goldfish. So if you have a certain number of goldfish and your neighbor give you the same amount, this means that you're basically doubling your goldfish. Yeah. Okay, so this sentence here actually means times 2. However, when you are working backwards, the key working is to do the opposite, which means that instead of times 2, you actually have to divide by 2. Okay, so please take note of that. For working backwards, you are supposed to do the opposite. So I'm going to use 104 divided by 2 instead to get 52. And then you continue reading the previous sentence. The previous sentence says she gave away 11 of them. So the keyword gave away means minus. However, you are supposed to do the opposite, which means you have to plus. So you're going to use 52 plus 11, and then that gives you the answer, 63. So this would be option 2 as your answer. Okay, so I think quite a few of you got it right just now. Are you guys okay so far? This question, not as many people participate. Is it because it's a bit more difficult? Ellen, yes, we are doing a P5 paper. Yeah. Yes, Asher, why? Are you still having issues with the audio? Ah, okay, Asher, you have auto clicker. Oh, thank you, Asher. Supernova is Asher. Asher has an auto clicker for likes. Yes, Wongs, I saw. Thanks for participating. Wongs, I think maybe some of your comments might be hidden by TikTok for some weird reason. Okay, so we're done with our MCQ. Let's look at section B. All right. Okay, Asher, I will keep a lookout for the likes. Okay, thank you for the likes. So for question 5, you are supposed to find the area of this shaded triangle. Let me know your answers. Okay, Wongs. Yeah, I think that's possible. So TikTok might have blocked some of your comments. Mm. Okay, so Riskin, you send me your working, is it? I think one of your number is not correct. You might want to check again, okay, Riskin? Only for her, the previous question is option 2. Option 2, okay? Alright, so it shouldn't take you more than 30 seconds to solve this question. Let me know your answers. Okay, so supernova and Wongs. Alright, you have the same answer. Anybody else? SG576. I think you gotta try again. Oh, you misclick, I see. Wait, how? You gotta try again as well. Yes, yes. Okay. Right, thanks for your answer. Octopus, your message got deleted by TikTok. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, so TikTok has been banning certain comments. Tintin, Tintin, you gotta try again, okay? Wongs, alright, thank you for your working. QS Tan, you gotta try again. Riskin, you gotta try again as well. Okay, so let's go through this. Seems like not many of you got this correct, for some reason. So actually, just now we already went through in the MCQ what's the formula for area of a triangle. We said that it was half times base times height. Ethanol, yes, of course you can. Okay, so let's use this formula, half times base times height. But first, of course, you need to know what's the base and what's the height of this triangle, right? Can you guys let me know in the chat, what do you think is the base? What is the height of this triangle? Alan, no, it's not. Mm. Okay, so Cuba says it's a 4 cm and 11 cm. Okay, so yellowish says 4 and 11 as well. Xiaolongbao says 9 and 11. Okay. Okay, this one should be 4 and 11, right? Because they're asking you for the shaded triangle. So you have to use 9 minus 5 to get 4 cm as the base of this triangle. Yeah, so 4 is the base. And then for the height, okay, let me zoom in for you guys. For the height, you actually have to extend the base downwards until you reach the right angle. So once you reach the right angle, then that is your height. So the height is actually 11 cm. Okay, so make sure that between your base and height, you must have a right angle. So those of you who chose 12 cm, it is not correct because there isn't a right angle. Evan Del Rey, yes, that's right. The base and the height must be perpendicular. Okay, so this should be your working half times 4 times 11. Yeah. So once you calculate this, you should get 22 as your answer. Those of you who got 22 is correct. Wong's, how many mark is this, is it? This is likely a 1 or 2 mark question, max. Yeah, so it's just 1 or 2 marks only for this. Roy, okay, yeah, Roy, I noted the likes. Thank you for your auto clicker. Mm, mm. Octopus, I'm not sure how you got 71.5 for this, huh? You have to use the formula, okay? Half times base times height. Evan Del Rey, is this foundation math? No, it's not. It's just a standard math. Oh, okay, Asher, yeah, noted. Next question, you guys can try it out. You are supposed to subtract 3/10 from the sum of 7 ones and 25 hundreds. Okay, so this would be a 1 mark question. It should not take you more than 30 seconds to solve this. So I will give you 30 seconds. Yeah? Once you change your answer, you send me 2 different answers. Okay, so seems like Most of you are done responding. Let's go through this. So firstly, 3/10. This keyword tens means that there's supposed to be one decimal place. So this would be 0.3. For 7 ones is just 7. And then 25 hundreds. So the keyword hundreds with a TH means that there should be two decimal place. So this is actually 0.25. And you're supposed to add them up, okay? Because the keyword sum means you add it up. So if you use 7 plus 0.25, you get 7.25. And then after that, then you subtract. Okay, so now you're going to subtract the 0.3. So 6.95 is the correct answer. So I saw some of you got 6.95. Yeah, so it's correct. Wongs, you didn't know what's hundreds, is it? Hundreds with a TH means that you should have two decimal place for that number. Okay, let's move on. Melanie, when are we doing percentage, is it? Well, technically, we do some percentage questions because you should have learned percentage in P5, right? So we are doing P5 papers, so there will be percentage questions, okay? Supernova, when is prelim? You should know, right? You should know your school's schedule for prelims. Each school will be a bit different. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. So next one, Gwen baked some cupcakes. After Amy took 1/7 of the cupcakes and May took two two-third of the cupcakes. There were 24 cupcakes left. So how many cupcakes did Gwen bake at first? So let me know your answers. This one you need to do a bit of calculation. Yeah, a bit of working. Hmm, what emoji is that? Is it a jellyfish emoji? Okay, I'm just gonna call you jellyfish, okay? Uh, jellyfish. Hmm, jellyfish. I'm not sure where you got 3/4 from. Oh, okay, you meant 2/3, is it? Yeah, jellyfish. You gotta try again. Okay, your working is not quite correct. Supernova. If you have no paper to do workings, it's gonna be a bit hard. This question, I think you need to write it out. Yeah. QS Tan, you gotta try again. Okay, QS Tan. Melanie, I'm not sure what you mean by tomorrow. What is NE show? K is hungry. Yes, of course, I will show you the working. But I'm waiting for your answers first, right? So nobody gave me the correct answer so far. That's why I'm waiting for the correct answer. Anybody got a correct answer? Okay. Oh, you guys are talking about national education. Oh, okay. Because you use short form. So I wasn't sure what you meant. Okay. It's the National Day preview. Yes, that's very exciting. Yeah, the P5s will get to go, right? Yeah. I remember last time I went also when I was in P5. It was quite fun. Yes. You actually get a goodie bag also. Okay, QS Tan, thanks for your updated answer. I'm gonna go through this, okay? So firstly, this is a question on fractions. So you know that for fractions, the total has to be one whole. So that means that at first, when actually has one whole. So I'm gonna use one whole minus what Amy and May took away. So Amy took 1/7 and May took 2/3. So because they took away, that means you have to minus it. Now, when you want to minus this, you have to make the denominator the same. You should have learned in P4. So I'm going to change this to 21 over 21 minus 3 over 21 minus 14 over 21. You should have gotten 4 over 21. Okay, so this is what she had left. She had 4 over 21 left. K is hungry. How did I get 21, is it? Because you need to multiply the fractions. Yeah, okay. So I've already written it down in pink, how to multiply. So based on this, you know that she has 4 units left. Okay, so 4 units will represent the 24 cupcakes that's left. And then you can find 1 unit by dividing by 4. So 1 unit is 6 cupcakes. You're supposed to find the total cupcakes, right? So the total cupcakes is represented by the denominator. Yeah. Okay, so you're correct. You should be finding 21 units, which is the denominator. So for this, you just need to use 6 times 21, and then you will get the answer, 126. Okay, so that's the total that she had at first. She has 21 units worth of cupcakes. Yes, octopus, that's correct. CK Warrior cannot use calculator because this is section B. Only for her, can you draw model for this? Yes, you can. Yeah. Although you need to draw 21 units, that means your model will be quite long. K is hungry. You are supposed to make the denominator the same. Okay, that means make the bottom number the same. Yeah. Only for her, why did I use 6 times 21, is it? Because you want to find the total. Then the total is represented by the denominator, which is 21 units. Okay, so only for her, I hope I answer your question. Please remember that denominator always represents the total, which is what you're trying to find in this question. K is hungry. Why 24 divided by 6? I did not use 24 divided by 6. I used 24 divided by 4 to get 1 unit. Okay, so let me rewrite it for you so that it's clearer. Okay, so I hope that this is clearer for you. Okay, there we go. Any other questions for this one? So seems like you guys have quite a few questions for this question. K is hungry. Yes, you're supposed to times 21 because 21 units is the 21 is the denominator, which represents the total units. Wongsa, why may it take so many cupcakes? I do not know why. Because the question says so. Okay? Only for her. Thanks for the compliment. Alright, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, so one of you was asking for percentage question, right? Was it Melanie? So Melanie, if you're still here, we're doing percentage now. Okay, so question 8, Mr. Lim had a total of 880 chairs. He sold 45% of the chairs. So how many chairs did he sell? Yeah, so this question is on percentage. Let me know your answers. It should be fairly straightforward. Oh, but you're not supposed to use calculator for this, huh? Okay, so supernova, octopus, yeah, you guys got the correct answer. Now, some of you, your username is like a emoji or something. I have no idea how to read your username. Okay, but anyway, the answers are correct so far. Supernova, you think that's Arabic, is it? I have no idea. I just know that I don't know how to read that username. Okay, so SG576. Fluorine. Okay, noted your answers. S Sayura, am I a teacher? Yes, yes, I am. Okay, Evan Del Rey, you sent me the working, is it? Yeah, okay, thanks for the working. So let's go through this. How many chairs did he sell? You know that he sold 45%. So all you need to do is to write 45% as a fraction, and then you multiply the number of chairs, which is 880. So you can do your cross cancellation. I'm gonna cancel the zero first. And then after that, I noticed that I can cancel 10 and 88. So both these numbers can divide by 2. Okay, so I will have 5 and 44. So after that, I noticed that I still can cancel. I still can cancel 45 and 5. So I will end up with 9 and 1. So the last step is just to use 9 times 44. So that's how you get the answer, 396, which all of you got correct. So excellent work. Please make sure you know how to do this type of calculation. Okay, so this is known as your cross cancellation method. Wongs, you think Mr. Lim worked for Ergo Tune? Maybe, yeah, maybe. He sells Ergo Tune chairs, is it? That's possible. Yeah, why not? Mei Yuan, hello, thanks for joining. Okay, so usually we have a break, right? 5 minutes break. I realized that I forgot to give you guys a break. Um, but I think we should move on because we have a few more questions. Yeah. Okay, so let's just move on. Kay is hungry, yes. For the previous question, it's just one step. Oh, Wongs, I wouldn't know about that. I have never seen their TikTok lives. Okay, so anyways, we're at problem sums now, so that means that you can use calculator. Let's look at the question here. The mass of a tennis ball is 58.3 grams. The mass of an empty basket is 356 grams. So find the total mass of the basket containing 40 such tennis balls. Octopus, some teachers give break, some teachers don't. Actually, most of the time I will give break. But I guess today's worksheet is a bit longer. So if we have break, then we might not be able to finish. Yeah. Okay, so let me know your answers. Melanie, you have tuition on Saturday and Sunday. I feel sorry to hear that. Yeah, but maybe because you're P5, P6, you have an exam. Um, hopefully you can enjoy, okay, after exam. Kaylin, imagine being Sec 4, is it? Yeah, yeah, it just gets harder and harder. I mean, if you go to JC, it gets even harder. So, mm, things just get harder, right? Wong, you submitted your answer. I didn't see your answer at Wong's. I think your answer, your comment got blocked again by TikTok. Okay, so I think most of you are done with the question. I did see a few correct ones. So let's go through this. So you know that one tennis ball is 58.3 grams. So I want to find 40 tennis balls. All I need to do is to times 40, and then you can use calculator some more. So once you times 40, that should be 2,332 grams just for the 40 balls. After that, you do need to add the mass of the basket. Okay, so just add it together, and then you get the final answer, 2688. That's your final answer. Remember to put grams, okay? So there's units for this question. Melanie, yes, you can use calculator, no problem with that. Wongs, yes, I can see your answer now. Kaylin, no, I'm not teaching Sec 4. We have TikTok Live, but only for Sec 1 and Sec 2. Yeah, we don't have for Sec 4 so far. Wongs, if you raise, the ball becomes heavier. Well, okay, so that will be considering the mass of the water, right? Yeah, yeah, it's possible, but it's not mentioned in the question, so it's okay. We don't need to consider that. Melanie, if you're still around, we're doing percentage next. Yeah. Next question is also on percentage. Supernova, you have six calculations. Hmm? Why do you have six calculations for this question? Or do you mean you have six calculators? Oh, you have six calculators. Uh, okay, that's good. That's good. I mean, if one of it spoils, you have many spare calculators. Yeah. Okay, what's that emoji? Is that a fire emoji? Please consider teaching H2. Sorry, we're not doing JC content. Yeah. Layla, no, this is not P4, this P5. P5 math. We don't have TikTok live for P4. Only P5 and P6. Su Supernova, calculators. Typo, ah. Melanie, you're scared for a PSLE, is it? Next year? Uh, well, I'm sure most of your friends would feel the same. I think all of you will be a bit nervous, right, for PSLE? After all, it's a national exam. SG576, you sent 20K likes. Really? Oh, thank you so much. Octopus, we're not very sure of our TikTok live schedule next year yet. Okay, but when it's confirmed, of course, we will announce what levels we're doing next year. Yes, Miriam, hi. Just now you already said hi, right? Charlotte, thank you for the compliment. Okay, so shall we look at this question? Yeah, it's another question on percentage. So Tom has $4,200 in his savings account. He earns 2.5% interest each year. How much will Tom have in his account at the end of 1 year? Let me know your answers. Again, you can use calculator, okay? Okay, so some of you have already sent your answers. That's quite fast. Okay, fire emoji, you send me the working, is it? Yeah, that's okay. Hmm. Once I think you gotta try again, okay, for this question. Only for her, what is your schedule for P5 and P6 math? We will have TikTok for P5 and P6 math every 2 weeks on Fridays, 6 to 8 o'clock. Okay, so seems like most of you are done with the question. Only for her, do I do English? We have TikTok live for English, but it will be other teachers. Yeah. P5 and P6 English. Yes, we do have TikTok live for that. You can go to our website to see the schedule, okay? I'm not too sure which day is on. Yeah, so go to the website and check the schedule for that. Okay, so let's go through this. So whatever Tom starts off with is 100% of his money. And because he earns 2.5%, so this keyword earns means that you can actually plus. So 100% plus another 2.5%, this means that in the end, he should have 102.5%. So all you need to do is to calculate this percentage. Yeah. Melanie, when am I gonna do recap for P3 to P5? I'm not too sure what you mean by that, but we will be doing P5 papers. Yeah. So, I mean, if we're doing P5 papers, we will of course recap the P4 and the P3 topics as well. Yeah, so all these papers will actually include all the lower primary topics as well. Okay, so don't worry about that. Wong's he never spent any money, is it? Yeah, he didn't because his money is in the bank account, so he didn't spend it. Yeah. All right. So how do we calculate the 102.5%? You can just write it as a fraction, and then you times the amount of money that he put in. You can use calculator for this, so you should get 4305. That's the final answer. You do have to put the dollar sign, okay? So take note of that. Octopus, there is PSLE revision. Yes, yes, of course there is. When we go through the P6 papers, that is considered PSLE revision. Wong's, Tom should teach life hacks, is it? Like how he save money, is it? Yeah, why not? Okay, so we're at our last question. Let's take a look at this. There is a diagram for this. So two different stores offer the following discounts for the same bag. For store A, you get a 35% discount. The usual price is $53. For store B, you get a 15% discount. The usual price is $41. So you are asked which store sells the bag at a cheaper price. So actually this one you only need to indicate is it store A or store B? Is it A or B? Then you can get 1 mark. So even if you don't do any calculation or you don't know how to do this calculation, you should at least put A or B. You have a 50% chance of getting it correct as long as you put A or B. Okay? So in the exam, you can make use of this technique. Okay, so most of you say store A. Let's check whether store A is correct. So you know that the original price is 100%, and then if you get a 35% discount, 100 minus 35 is 65%. So that means that for store A, you only need to pay 65%. So I'm going to calculate 65%. You write it as a fraction and then you times $53. You should have gotten $34.45. So that's how much store A would charge for the bag. And then you can do the same for store B. Original price is 100%, but if you get a 15% discount, that means that you only need to pay 85%. So same thing, you're going to use 85%, write it as a fraction, and then you times $41. So that would give you 34.85. Okay, so based on this, which one is cheaper? It should be store A. So you get 1 mark just by writing store A. Okay, then for part B, they ask you to find the difference in the selling price between store A and store B. This one is just one step, right? What do you guys think the answer is? What is the difference between the amount that you're paying for store A versus store B? Wongs, how will you know that? They didn't say anything, how you know? Supernova, yes, yes, after discount. Because the keyword selling price means that you have already considered the discount. Okay, so Wong's and Octopus says the answer is 40 cents. Yeah, that's correct. So for part B, you just need to use 34.85 minus 34.45. So you're comparing the difference in their selling price. You get 40 cents. Okay, so that's the answer, 40 cents. Yeah, Supernova, that's correct. Octopus, what if store B becomes 16% discount? Then of course your answer would be different. David, no, this is not foundation math. This is standard math. Yeah. Oh, NXZ, you used to watch this live last year, is it? You're now Sec 1. Okay, then you can watch our Sec 1 live. Sec 1, we also have live. Yeah, you can watch that. Okay, hi, Josh. All right, guys, we have finished the P5 paper. Okay, so this is our last question. Okay, so yeah, that was our last question. So we're gonna do P6 math at 7 o'clock. So everybody, let's take a quick 3 minutes break. Okay, so I'll see you all back here around 7 o'clock. Adeline, you need question 10, is it? Sure, question 10. Question 10? Oh, okay, here. Okay, so I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, hi everybody. Thanks for sticking around. So we will continue with P6 now. Okay. Okay. So our first question in MCQ will be a pie chart question. So the following pie chart shows the number of tickets sold on a certain day. The total number of tickets sold that day was 860. Find the number of student tickets sold on that day. Okay, so please take a while. Okay, so a few minutes to solve this question. 1 minute should be enough. All right, please try it out. Okay, Rolex Man and Marian noted your answers. Once you're back, okay, yeah, then you can solve the question. I'll give another 15 seconds or so. Okay, Jun Hong, octopus noted. Wong's, that means your answer is option 1 also. Alright, same as the rest. Yeah, so let's look at this. For the Singaporean tickets, you notice that in the pie chart, they put a right angle, correct? So right angle means that it is 1/4 of the total. So to find the Singaporean tickets, you're going to use 860 divided by 4. You will get 215, okay? So based on that, you can now find the student tickets. You just need to use the total and then minus everything else. So you're going to minus the Singaporean tickets, minus the senior citizens and the tourist tickets as well. And then you will get the answer 120. Yeah, so all of you are correct. This is option 1. Jack, yes, we do have Kahoot, so that will likely be around 7:45. Towards, I mean, after we finish the worksheet, then we'll do Kahoot. Wongs cannot use calculator. This is MCQ. Yeah. All right, shall we move on? Next one. Knee Clown, hello. Thanks for joining. Okay, so the second question says that the doctor prescribed 30 milliliters of fever syrup for Chris, who unfortunately fell sick. So he has to take 5 milliliters of the fever syrup every 3 hours. He first took the fever syrup at 4 a.m. So when would be the last time that he takes the fever syrup? Okay, so we can try this question. This question is testing you on time. Okay, so the topic is time. Octopus, you have to leave at 7:30, is it? Oh, okay, that means you cannot participate in the Kahoot today. Mm. Okay, so feel free to continue sending in your answers. Some of you are not very sure for this question. I'll give you maybe another 15 seconds. Let me know your answers. Okay, so some of you say option 3, some of you say option 4. Let's go through and see which one is correct. Okay, so I'm going to use the timeline for this question. So he first took the fever syrup at 4 a.m. So that is his first dose of syrup. So you need to find out how many doses he's going to take. by using 30 milliliters divided by 5 milliliters. So 30 divided by 5 is 6. That means that he needs to take the fever syrup 6 times. So the first time he takes it is at 4 a.m. And then another 3 hours later, that will be 7 a.m., he's going to take the second dose. So you continue with this diagram. His third dose is going to be at 10 a.m. Fourth dose will be another 3 hours later, which is 1 p.m. Okay, so the fifth dose is at 4 p.m. And then finally, his last dose, which is the sixth dose, is at 7 p.m. Okay, so this one should be option 3 as your answer. Yeah, so those of you who said option 3 is correct. Those of you who said option 4, you got it wrong because you forgot to consider that he took his first dose at 4 a.m. Wong's, what if he took a nap and he missed it? Uh, I'm not too sure. Yeah. I mean, he can set alarm. He should set alarm to eat his medicine. Yeah, that's true. If he has fever, likely he will have to sleep a lot, right, to recover. Yeah, that's true. Then he has to set alarm. Yeah. Wong's change the timing, is it from 5:30 to 7:30 instead of 6 to 8 p.m. for our TikTok live? Or you're suggesting that, is it? Hmm. Uh, well, I guess we can consider. Yeah, but I mean, I'm not sure what timing is better for you guys. Whether if I push it earlier, is it better for the rest of you? Yes, Evan, I guess, yeah, in real life, that's the case in real life. All right, so let's move on to our next question. Question 3 is testing you on a percentage as well as ratio. So a packet of chocolates contains pieces of milk, dark and orange chocolates. So 3 different types of chocolate. 25% of the chocolates are dark chocolates. The ratio of dark chocolates to milk chocolates is 5 to 7. There are 78 pieces of dark and orange chocolates. So what is the total pieces of chocolates in the packet? Yes, Nikki, there's a typo, right? Yeah, so can you guys just quickly change it? If you have the worksheet, you can change the typo, okay? So, I mean, chocolates, there was a small little typo. So I've already changed it. Okay, so please try the question. Let me know your answers. Octopus, what is milk, dark, and orange? Oh, it's referring to the chocolate flavor. Okay, Rolex man, I noted your answer. Anybody else manage to solve it? This one is a bit hard to do mental sums. I think you should write it down on paper, okay, and do the calculations. This one I'll give you a bit more time, okay, because uh, you need a few steps to do this question. So if you don't have the worksheet, you can just grab a piece of paper, okay, and a pen, and then just do your own calculations. Jack, will this question be in Kahoot? No, of course not. Usually our Kahoot questions are much easier. That means that Our Kahoot questions, usually you can do mental sums. Usually, yeah. Wong's, why P6 so many more steps, is it? Yeah, because it's P6, it'll be more difficult than P5 for sure. So no choice. The questions will be more difficult, you need more steps. Other than Rolex Man, none of you solved the question? I didn't see any other answers so far. Oh, okay. Josephine, your answer is option 2, alright. Mei Yuan, your answer is option 3, is it? But seems like you're not too sure. You put a question mark. Okay, Octopus noted your answer. Anyone else managed to do already? If not, we'll go through this, okay? So I'm going to write down the ratio for the dark chocolate to milk chocolate first. You know the ratio is 5 to 7. You also know that for dark chocolate is 25%. So that means that in this ratio, I can actually make the dark chocolates 25% by multiplying by 5. So that it becomes 25 to 35. So your dark chocolate is 25%. This means that your milk chocolate is 35%. And then you want to find the percentage for orange chocolate. All you need to do is to use 100% minus the dark chocolate and the milk chocolate. Because their total has to be 100%. So that will be the total. Then you minus dark, you minus milk, you get an orange, which is 40%. So from here, you know that there's 78 pieces of dark and orange chocolate. So I'm going to add the dark and the orange percentages. Dark is 25%, orange is 40%, so that will be 65%. So this 65% represents the 78 pieces of dark and orange chocolate. And you want to find the total chocolates, so you are supposed to find 100%. You can do this calculation. 78 over 65 represents 1%, and then you can times 100 to get 100%. Okay, so this one you will get 120 as the final answer. This is option 2. Yes, Wong's option 2 is the correct answer, not 3. Okay, so as you can see, this question requires quite a few steps. This is a 2 marks question. Those of you who got it correct, good job. So Octopus, you got it correct. Rolex Man, you also got it correct. Yeah, that's good. Josephine also. Wong's, you read wrongly, is it? You added the dark and the milk chocolate. Oh, okay. Alright, shall we move on? Next question is easier. Next question, you don't really need calculation. Okay, so it's a question on symmetry. The figures below are made up of identical squares. So they ask you how many of these figures are symmetrical. Okay, so let me know your answers. No calculation needed for this. This will likely be 1 mark or 2 mark. Yeah. Okay, so looking at the chat, half of you say it's 2, half of you say it's 3. So it's either 2 or 3, right? I don't see any other options. Yeah, okay, so none of you say it's 1 and 4, which is correct. Okay, so it's either 2 or 3. This one, you should try to draw the line of symmetry in the figure. So if the figure has a line of symmetry, it will mean that they are symmetrical. Yeah. Once you have a question, is it? Is diagonal symmetry counted? Yeah, of course it is. So your line of symmetry doesn't have to be like up to down or left to right. It can be diagonal. It is counted. Okay, so let me draw the line of symmetry for you guys, yeah? For figure 1, there is no line of symmetry. For figure 2, you can draw the line of symmetry here, okay? You can see the purple color line that I've drawn. Or maybe I should change to red color. Let me change to red. Yeah. Okay, so figure 2, there is a line of symmetry. Figure 3, you can also draw this line over here in the middle. There is a line of symmetry as well. So the last one is figure 4. Figure 4, you need a diagonal line of symmetry. So like this. Yeah. Okay, so Wong's is correct. You need a diagonal line of symmetry. So that will be 3 figures in total. Okay, so figure 2, 3, 4, that is 3 figures. Option 3 is the answer. So half of you got it correct. Those of you who said 3, good job. Those of you who said 2, I think it's likely you didn't consider the diagonal line of symmetry. Supernova, I'm very confused by your comment. I don't know what you're saying. Okay, so anyways, that's our last MCQ. Let's move on to section B. Okay, so we have a graph question over here. Take a look at this graph. So this is a bar graph. It shows the number of cups of ice cream sold at a stall. What percentage of the cups of ice cream sold were lemon flavor? So you are supposed to give your answer correct to 1 decimal place. That means you have to round your answer. Round up your answer. Okay. Wong said that graph forgot to add labels. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with the graph. There will be some times where you're not given the labels. That means that sometimes they will not give you the value. Like for example, 10, 20, 30. It's possible for you to solve the question without such values. Yeah. So anyway, that's the trend nowadays. A lot of schools graph question now don't have labels. Okay, that means you don't have the values at the side. So just take note, that's the trend nowadays. Let me know your answers, okay? You need to do a little bit of calculation for this question. Wongs. I'm not too sure what you mean by that. Sometimes graph that don't need labels. It's fine. Mm. Okay, I only have one answer so far. The rest of you, are you working on the question? It's actually not too difficult. You just need to count it one by one. Yes, Wongs, you need to manually count. No shortcut. Do you know what day we have live, is it? For me, it is Friday. Every 2 weeks, Friday. Okay, then we will have our live. For other subjects, you have to check the schedule. Anyone else has the answer? Yeah, Wong, where got time, right? I'm busy doing TikTok for y'all. Okay, so I see a few more answers. F, I think you gotta try again, for this question. Evan Del Rey, Evan, yes, the strawberry one I think is not that accurate, okay, but of course you can take it as it's a minor typo, okay, it is supposed to touch the line. Yeah. So for this, although there are no values, okay, but you can just count the number of gaps. So you just count it one by one, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Count it. For strawberry, you should have 17 gaps. For lemon, it should be 7. Mint is 5, and then chocolate is 13. Just count the number of gaps. So based on this, you actually need the total number of gaps. Just add it up. 17 plus 7 plus 5 plus 13. So your total number of gaps is 42. After which, the question is asking you for the percentage that were lemon. So that means that lemon should be your numerator. Okay, so lemon would be 7. And then your denominator is the total number of gaps, 42. And to change this into a percentage, you are going to times 100%. Okay, so this one you will notice that you actually get a long chain of decimals. You will get 16.666 percent. But it's okay because you're supposed to round it anyways, right? You're supposed to round it to one decimal place. So this will be 16.7% as your final answer. Yeah, so I think quite a few of you did get it correct. So that will be Octopus, Supernova, Nikki, and Rolex Man. Yeah, you guys got it correct. 16.7% is the answer. Okay, so good job. Let me see how many more pages we have. I think we have one, two, three. 3 pages. 3 pages, then we will do our Kahoot, okay? Alright, let's move on. Next one. Okay, so question 6. The cost of 3 chairs and 5 tables is $360. So the cost of 6 chairs and 15 tables is $900. What is the cost of one table? And you have to round your answer to the nearest $10. Okay, so I'll give you guys some time to try this. Wongs, you have to read the additional instruction. They ask you to round, right? Round to the nearest $10. Okay, some of you I have no idea what you're talking about in the chat. Walls you cannot round up in this economy. That's true. That's true. Everything is too expensive, right? Okay, Rolex Man and Jack. You guys have to try again. Okay, so maybe another 15 seconds, then I'll go through. Okay, last 5 seconds to send in your answers. Oh, Wong, you say that this question was set by the table salesman from the previous life, is it? From the P5 question. Okay, so some of you have already retried the question. That's good. Let's go through this then. So I'm just going to use alphabets to represent the items, okay? So 3 chairs will be 3C, 5 tables is 5T. So if you add it together, it's supposed to be $360. I will do the same with the 6 chairs and 15 tables, which is $900. So the question wants to know about the table. That means that I'm going to try to make the chairs the same so that later I can cancel out the chairs. So to make the chairs the same, I just need to times 2 to my first equation. I will get 6 chairs plus 10 tables equals to $720. So after that, then you can cancel out the chairs. That means that 6 chairs can minus 6 chairs. You have no more chairs. And then you're going to take 15 tables minus 10 tables. You get 5 tables. And of course, you're going to minus the numbers as well. So that will be 900 minus 720, which is $180. So if you know what 5 table is, you can find out 1 table just by dividing by 5. Okay, so once you divide by 5, you get 36. And you are supposed to round it to the nearest $10. So you have to round up in this case. So round it up to $40 and then that's the answer, which most of you got correct. So very good. Wong's $40 includes delivery fee. Yeah, maybe. So maybe it costs $36, then you just round it up for delivery fee. Okay, so for this question, the concept that they're testing you is actually called simultaneous equation. Let's move on to our next one, which is on geometry. Okay, so this is on angles. They mentioned that ABCD over here is a rhombus. BAC is 51 degrees. You are asked to find the sum of angle X and Y. So let me know your answers. Octopus, they ask you for the sum of X and Y. Okay, so not individually, but together. Let me know your answers. Nikki, you have to try again. Okay, Slay, you have to try again as well. Rolex Man, try again as well. I should try again. Marian, try again. Oh, Marian, you're sending me 2 different answers. JW, try again as well. Oh, okay, so you have retried, is it? JW, you gotta try again. Oh, okay, Marian, there was a typo. That's fine. Yeah, those of you who are saying it's 180, it can't be 180, right? It definitely has to be less than 180. Nikki, you gotta try again. Okay, so maybe just a last 10 seconds for whoever is reattempting the question. Okay, let's go through this. So for a rhombus, it's important for you to mark out that all four sides are the same. I mean, that's what's so special about rhombus, right? Four sides are the same. So if you mark it out that four sides are the same, you notice that this is an isosceles triangle. Okay, so for an isosceles triangle, the base angles would be identical. So that means that angle ACB is 51 degrees as well, since this is an isosceles triangle. So based on this, you can now find out what angle Y is. You are going to use 180 minus 51 minus 51. You get 78 degrees, which is angle Y. Octopus, angle Y is not 51. Angle Y is 78 degrees. You meant X. Okay. Yeah, so you already know what Y is. We can find what X is. So for X, you actually don't need to do any calculation because you can make use of this property called the Z property. So for Z property, it means that angles that are within the Z, okay, will be identical. They are the same. So this means that angle X is 51 degrees as well. Okay, so now you can add up X and Y because the keyword sum means addition. So you take 51 plus 78. So this is X plus Y. That's how you get the answer 129. So I think quite a few of you got it correct in the end. So good work. Oh, bye Octopus, you have to go, right? Thanks for joining. Sorry that you have to miss the Kahoot this time. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. We are now at section C. Okay, so we have a pie chart question over here. I'm going to read it. Serena has a monthly salary of $8,650. She spends 1/5 of her money on food. So for part A, how much money did she spend on food? So let me know your answers. Okay, and again, because this is problem sum, you can use calculator for this. Ari, this is a P6 math. Wong's, she eat a lot. Maybe she didn't eat a lot, but maybe she bought expensive food. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so seems like most of you are done. For part A, it's just one step. You just need to use 1/5 times $8,650. Because she spent 1/5, right? So just use 1/5 times the amount of money. You should get $1,730. That's for part A. So now we can do part B. What fraction of her salary did she spend on rent and transport? So again, use your calculator for this, just one step. Nikki, take note that they're asking for fraction, not percentage. Supernova, they're asking for fraction, yeah? So it can't be a whole number. Rolex man, I think you gotta try again. Remember that fractions have to be in the simplest form. Yeah, okay, so once your fraction, you have to simplify it. If not, it will not be marked correct. Okay, so let's go through this. So I'm just going to add together rent and transport to get my numerator for the fraction. So rent is 2422 and then transport is 865. So that will be the numerator. Your denominator is always the total. So that is 8650. So actually, all you need to do is to key this into your calculator and then you press the equal sign. The calculator will simplify for you, right? It will give you the simplest form, which is 19 over 50. And then that's it. That's the answer. Okay, so calculator does the work for you. Ari, do we have any math notes? Yes, we do give out math notes and cheat sheets and all that. But of course, that's only if you are our regular student. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at part C. Which percentage of her salary, what percentage of her salary did she spend on shopping? Give your answer correct to the nearest 1%. So if you look at the pie chart, you actually don't know how much she spent on shopping yet. You have to calculate that first. Okay, so some of you cannot see the diagram. Okay, so I have shifted it so that you can see the diagram. You have to calculate how much you spend on shopping. Okay. Are you Zara nearest 1%? Nearest 1% just means you round it to the nearest whole number. That's it. Nearest 1% means nearest whole number. It's the same thing. Okay, so shall we calculate how much she spent? Okay, on shopping. So to find out how much she spent on shopping, you just need to use the total 8650 minus everything else, okay? Minus away the rest of the numbers. So you minus 3000 minus 1730 minus 865 and also minus 2422. You should get $633 that she spent on shopping. So after that, they want it as a percentage. You can put 633 as your numerator, and then your denominator has to be the total, after which you times 100% to change this fraction into a percentage. So that will give you 7.31%. And then you are supposed to round it to the nearest whole number. So that is going to be 7% as your nearest whole number. Yeah? So yeah, Wong's Nikki is correct. Yeah. Supernova 7.3 is not the answer because 7.3 is not the nearest 1%. That is the nearest one decimal place. Yes, Wongs, you can round down because yeah, girl math. Why not? Mariana, isn't it a bit early to say Merry Christmas? Huh? It's only July. Merry Christmas already, yeah. So fast? Ah, okay, Supernova I just read wrongly, is it? Yeah, it's okay. Let's move on to our last question, then we will have our Kahoot. So last question is on algebra. Okay, so the following table shows the charges for making an overseas call to Australia. The first 15 minutes is going to cost $2.60. Every additional minute is P cents per minute. So Mrs. James paid $32 for a phone call to her sister in Australia. What was the duration of the call? And leave your answer in terms of P. All right, so please try the question, okay, and then let me know. Sorry about your experience. But I mean, of course, it is dependent on the teacher. So maybe you can send us a feedback, okay, and then we'll look into it. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so are you Zara and Wong's? Your answer is not quite correct because of the units. Yeah, so you have to consider the units. Jack, you have to consider the units as well. Yeah. Okay, so Wong's you times 100, is it? Hmm. Okay, I see. But Wong's, if you want to times 100, then you can actually write it as a different number, right? Instead of writing it as times 100. Nikki, I think you have to try it again. Yeah. How we do have P5 Math TikTok Live. That was just now at 6 o'clock. Yep. So we have already finished P5 Math TikTok Live earlier. Okay, so let's go through this. Yeah. I see a correct answer. Yes. Well, you're kind of missing something in your answer. Mm. How now is P6 Math. Yeah. All right. So our first step is to use $32 minus 260. So you can minus away the amount that she spent on the first 15 minutes. This will be $29.40. So this $29.40 is what she spends on the additional minutes. So you notice that the units are not the same, right? This is in terms of dollars, but this is in terms of P cents. So you have to make the units the same. I'm going to change this into 2,940 cents. And then after which you can divide by P. Okay, so you're going to use 2,940 cents divided by P cents. So this is basically the additional minutes that she spent on the call. Now, however, other than the additional minutes, you have to account for the first 15 minutes that she was on the phone call. Yes, Woms. So you do have to plus 15 minutes. And then this whole thing is the answer. Okay, so this will be 2,940 over P plus 15 minutes. Yeah, so that's the answer. So those of you who got 29.4, it is not correct because you are using dollars, whereas P is in terms of cents. So that means your units don't match. You have to match the unit first before you divide. Okay, Miriam, so your answer shouldn't be 29.4. Huh? All right, so let's finish up the last question. The last one says that given that P equals to 60, find the duration of the call that she made. So part B is a substitution question, algebra substitution question. Of course, you can use calculator for this, so it should be fairly easy. Let me know your answers. How? I'm not too sure what you mean by that comment. Okay, but the rest of you, very good, is correct. So I'm just gonna substitute P as 60. Okay, so instead of P, I will just put 60. So this is based on your answer in part A. And then you just put this whole thing into the calculator, you will get 64. So that's the answer, 64 minutes. So some of you give your answer as 1 hour 4 minutes. It is also correct. Both are correct because they didn't state whether they want it in minutes or they didn't state whether they want it in hours or minutes. Okay, so both are acceptable. All right, so we're done with the worksheet. Let's have our Kahoot. Why her call so long? Yeah, she called for 1 hour 4 minutes. Huh? I don't know. Maybe she missed her sister, then she just called very long. I don't know. It's possible, right? Okay, let's do our Kahoot. Nikki, your comment is very funny. Her sis got tea to spill. Yeah, maybe she has a lot of things to say. Skibidi toilet, you have a question, is it? Can you take a number plus with an algebra? No. A number should be separate from the algebra. Okay, you should not be combining them. All right, let's join in our Kahoot. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll down for a bit so that you guys can see the code a bit better. Okay, so I'll give you all maybe 1 minute, a bit more than 1 minute to join in. All right. Gino, yes, of course you can opt not to join the Kahoot. Yeah. Okay, so those of you who are joining the Kahoot for the first time, top three winners will get a prize. Okay. So the prize will be stationery, okay, or pop mart, blind boxes. Okay, so it's like random. Devi, what level is this? This is P6 math. Another 30 seconds, okay? Please quickly join in. Walls, can you use calculator? I think most of the questions do not require calculator. Yeah. Another 15 seconds, okay? So please quickly join in, everybody. Okay, last 10 seconds. Okay, let's begin. All right, I'm not gonna wait anymore. Let's begin. Okay, most of you got this right. That's great. Next. Okay. Last 5 seconds. Okay, so we are halfway through the Kahoot. You have 4 more questions to go. Okay, so this question is very well done. Second last question. Okay. Last question. Okay, all the best. This is a double point question. Double point question, okay? Try your best. Okay, so let's see who is our top three. Okay, so in third place we have Ariel. Second place we have CM. And first place we have Kara. Okay, so congrats to the three of you. Please take a screenshot right now. Okay, so top three screenshot so that you can DM us your results and then claim your prize. Okay, let me show the sticker. Wait, ah. Yeah. Okay, so for the winners, please screenshot, okay, and then you can DM us your screenshot to claim your prize. Or you can also send it to this phone number over here. Okay, so congrats, and then I'll see you guys 2 weeks later, okay, for our P5 and P6 math TikTok live. Thanks everybody for joining today, and I'll see you all 2 weeks later. Okay, yeah, once you can try again next time. Yeah. Bye bye. See you guys. Bye. Have a good weekend ahead. Bye, Jack. Are you Zara? Bye bye. See you. Okay, so I'm gonna end the live now already. Okay, so bye bye. See y'all 2 weeks later.